Hey, welcome Internet. This is Carl.
Brian here.
And this is the Brewed Awakening, where we talk about beers and other exciting news going on in the Brewed Pub.
Dun dun.
All right, guys. I know we just had a video last week. We just released the beer last week, but guess what we're doing this week?
Bloktoberfest.
Bloktoberfest is our Octoberfest
yes. beer. Which in reality is definitely a Marzen style.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all Octoberfest style beers, correct?
I think you can split that into Fest beer or Marzen.
Okay.
I think a lot of American breweries, they call it an Octoberfest, but they're true to style guidelines, probably brewing a Marzen.
Sure.
But that doesn't hold true to everybody. Ours is definitely a Marzen.
Right. Awesome.
Almost by literal definition. We almost got it in March. So that's awesome.
And is this your first? Was last year's batch your batch, or was that still?
That was me.
Okay.
See, that was kind of right at the changing of the guard. Sean had a couple recipes on there.
Yep.
I went with my own. I'm definitely not regretting that. This beer is dynamite.
Yep.
I have no qualms with saying this is definitely one of the better ones in the state. It's exactly what you want in Octoberfest. Go ahead.
Why do you think it's one of the better ones in the state for?
What
sets us apart than some other ones? Not saying everyone's bad, just
no. There are a lot of them are really great. A lot of them are right there with it. A couple of them, I'm like, man, I don't know, this might be better. I haven't had confluences yet this year. Last year's theirs was real good.
Right.
Iowa Brewing Company, I had theirs the other day. That was right up there with quality of ours. But anyways, what sets this apart is what really defines an Octoberfest is the malt forward character and the quality malt that you're using. Okay. We're using all Weirmann. That's a German maltster. This is a German style beer.
Okay.
Let's not reinvent the wheel. Just use good, really high quality malt from a German maltster. This is, like I said, it's a German style beer, so we want some sauerkrauts out there shoveling the malt a little bit. We did get some floor malted pilsner in here, just for that, just so we could say that we had some Germans shoveling the malt.
That's awesome.
Beyond that, the right yeast strain, and then just really doing a nice lagering schedule, accordingly.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that don't lager theirs as long as ours, and they're still fantastic beers. But you can tell a difference a lot of times.
Sure.
When you put up, an Iinger Octoberfest up next to not all, but a lot of American ones, you can definitely tell the difference.
Yep.
Lagering schedule, the right yeast strain, good malt, and just baby that beer. Be patient.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I know a lot of people look forward to this style of beer all year long, right?
For sure.
It's getting, when you start drinking this, fall's coming, and then Halloween's coming, which a lot of people love. It kind of introduces into the new season,
Sure.
Summer's ending.
Fall is coming, the new season.
Yeah.
There are no new seasons of Game of Thrones.
There we go.
Sorry, I went that direction, but
it's all right. That'll still be refered for many years ago, I think. So, but yeah, it's a great beer. It's solid. We have it. We put it on tap the other day. So we have it ready to go. If you've seen this, it's on tap. We have quite a bit of it.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So we have plenty of it, but we're hoping
for now.
For now.
Yeah.
Right?
This flew last year. I expect the same this year. It's everything you want in Octoberfest. Mid-light body. It's 5.8 ABV, 25 IBU. No off flavors, and then it's, like I said, everything you want. So it's medium to light toast, and then that follows all the way through.
Yeah.
Definitely toasty, and then that kind of gets perceived as almost graham crackery.
Yep. Makes sense.
Through and through, like I said, I would gladly put this up just about against anybody's. I was just saying the other day, if it wasn't too late to submit to the Great American Brew Festival, I would be interested in sending this in. Let's look ahead to next year.
Right.
It turns out Octoberfest comes earlier every year. It's like Christmas. You see them released in August now, so maybe we'll get in the fermenter a little bit earlier next year, release it a little bit earlier, and submit that in.
I mean, it's always fun to just kind of put your beer out there to compete.
For sure.
It's cool bragging rights, but at the end of the day, as long as people are making beer and having fun,
for sure,
it's just a fun competition.
Call it a healthy competition.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. It drives people towards making a better product.
It's the same with my drinking competition. I'm friends with everyone that I do them with, but it's all right. We have an idiot producer making faces at us. But so if you kind of notice, we're surrounded by some barrels in here. We kind of changed the floor plan up in our dining room.
Still working on it, yeah.
Still working on it, but we're getting there. So if you come in, you're going to notice, like, holy crap, there's a lot of bourbon barrels just hitting out. We are very lucky to be working with several different distilleries and receive their barrels from Cedar Ridge to Blum Brothers. I'm looking at a Park Farm Winery one right now. So we're barely aging almost everything, it seems like, right? Like, not everything, but a lot.
Why not? I guarantee it doesn't make it worse.
Right, exactly.
Only gets better.
But so we've kind of talked about it before in some of the other videos, but we have a hot sauce that we've been barrel aging.
Oh, yeah.
And we just bottled Tropical Heat Wave yesterday. We did, 6 hours, 5 hours, it seems?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So we did that, bottled 5 10-ounce bottles, and we put off to the side because we're going to do some specials, chicken sandwich specials, and then we got our wing contest coming up. But this thing is amazing. It's I guess pineapple, what other guava?
Yep.
Some other fruits that were roasted by Chef Evo, and then he made that. We dumped it in some Blum Brothers at 180 degrees, 175 degrees, or something like that.
You'd have to ask Evo, but that sounds probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, somewhere in that vicinity. So you dump it in there, and then it gets the.
You're going to extract a little bit more barrel quality going in at a higher temperature. We're not afforded the opportunity of doing that with beer. We're going to still the alcohol off. Obviously, you want the alcohol in the beer.
Right.
But we did, when we emptied that barrel, and Chef Evo's so talented, like that flavor profile on that hot sauce.
It's great.
It's mind-blowing.
It's great. So, yeah.
It's like on a scale of 10 for hotness, it's like a 3. So if you're one of those guys that's like, yo, man, give me like, the more ghost pepper, the better. You're probably looking for more heat,
but
the flavor, yes. So there is an alternative for you. Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Yep. We do have another bourbon barrel aged one that's a little bit hotter for you guys, but just the flavor profiles on these are insane.
You definitely get the bourbon quality, but then you still get the fruitiness of what each one represents, and then just a levelness of heat. I would say the Tropical Heat Wave, a little bit spicier than maybe a honey barbecue, let's say, from a Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that.
Be fairly accurate.
Yeah. So it's good. I think we're going to be doing a chicken special this weekend. Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not the chef. He's not the chef. We just drink. But yeah, definitely check out the sauces. We're going to release them to the public for the first time at Farmers Market, Night Market. Night Market next Thursday. And then we're going to start selling these bad boys.
For sure.
We have limited quantities because we started with one barrel for each. But there's also something else that you did with that we're doing with the Tropical Barrel.
That was pretty low risk. I like the idea. We went directly back into that barrel with our pilsner. Concept being is not a Bloody Mary chaser as much as a Bloody Mary complement, sidecar, so to say. Like I said, that's low risk, high reward. Like I can't wait to see what happens with that. I'd be looking ahead to the future on that one.
Probably 2020 before we even get around to it.
For sure.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to add a great just personality, I think, to that pilsner.
Oh, for sure.
But
I was talking to you yesterday. Like, develop a Bloody Mary specific to that beer.
Exactly.
For sure.
Because I hope to get some of the sweetness and some of the tanginess and some of the bourbon. And you got your pilsner, which is going to be crushable, and stuff like that. But
I was really comfortable going back in there and knowing Evo's techniques and processes, and he's meticulous. Like you have the tropical burn or tropical heat wave.
Yep.
And it's a little bit of a sweeter hot sauce, so there's a sugar load in there. So as a brewer, you're always concerned about potential issues there as far as fermentable sugars. But he had the pH drove down at a really appropriate level just for stability of product.
He's the man when it comes to when it comes to the science part of that stuff, the logistics and everything.
He asked Keith if we could take a pH reading on that, and told Keith it should be 2.85, and I took a pH reading and it was exactly 2.85.
It's insane. It's awesome. But we got some exciting stuff happening. We got the Bloktoberfest beer, which is for Bloktoberfest, which is September 21st.
It's for everybody, man.
It's for everybody. It's free to come down, hang out. We have some beer vendors. We're going to be a beer vendor. There's other great beer vendors from the state of Iowa involved. Toppling Goliath, Single Speed, Exile, a couple other ones I forget. Potosi, food vendors, BMX skateboarding competition.
Oh yeah. Hollywood.
Hollywood
Oh,
is
yeah.
part of that. So yeah, other great stuff. Dunk Takes Kids section, live music, and it's free. It's going to be downtown in the Millwork District, so let's check it out. And cheers, buddy.
Yeah, let's rage.
Awesome.
Come enjoy the Bloktoberfest. You get your money's worth the first 2 ounces, and the rest is free.
All right, see you guys there.
Cheers.